Hello everyone, welcome to the AMA session, Project Explanation session. This is Lakshit Pant, your host for today, and this AMA is for XR Open Source Fellowship Program, and today we are going to discuss about the NIFT project. This is the National Institute of Fashion and Technology. Today we have Deepak Pangal sir and Rashmi ma'am here, who are going to discuss about the project, about the organization, what they are looking for, and how you can just make their proposals, and we will be sorting your maybe we will be try to solve your basic queries around the project that you guys have. So first of all, if like Deepak sir, if you could introduce yourself, it would be really good.
Yeah, hi everyone. Myself Deepak Pangal. I am faculty with the National Institute of Fashion Technology, Delhi, and I, along with Dr. Rashmi, she is also faculty with NIFT Mumbai. So we are working with the Department of Fashion Technology at NIFT at two different centers. NIFT is a premium institute which offers uh, education, research in the field of the fashion, design, and technology and management for the almost 28, 29 years. Presently, the for the project we are here that is related to the Meta collaborative projects with the FICI, and the Reskill is organizing this. We have offered two projects. My colleague Rashmi will introduce herself and will start talking about the first project. Then I will talk about the second project. Rashmi, hand over.
Yeah, hello everyone. So the first project which we have just floated across is regarding the, am I audible? Yeah. So sewing machine operators training simulator, so where what we are looking forward to is that different fabrics behave different in a different manner. I mean to say the way they compress, the way they drape and handle the handling properties. So what happens in the conventional methods, these operators, sewing machine operators in any apparel manufacturing company, they are trained in the real time with the real material and the machines. So a lot of it's a destructive kind of training. I mean, all these fabrics goes for a waste after during the process of training. So what we are looking forward in this project is to enable these sewing machine operators with a training simulator where they could know, understand, they can visually or virtually rather be able to understand how a particular fabric, so the input parameters of the fabric would be given, like, okay, this is a heavy fabric, this is a lighter fabric, and this has a different content, and this is how it will be. So they get a virtual experience and they learn how to feed. Along with that, prior to that, they would be virtually trained on the simulator as to how the needle sewing threads have to be fed for the process of sewing and through the without the machines being actually be present. So this way what we are looking forward is that we save on power consumption which an actual machine running during training would be required, and secondly, the material, like reducing the hard waste which will be generated otherwise. So as a mentor from our side, what we would be providing is that yes, these are the sets of parameters how a web fabric varies, and this is a type of machine. There are different types of machines and there are different types of operations during the process of sewing. So that inputs would be provided. I am a textile engineer, so from that perspective I would be providing you like with the details of the fabric parameters and other requirements, and that is how and what we expect as a deliverable is the simulator, right, the training simulator which would train the sewing machine operators finally through the virtual environment. Yeah. So that was about the first project. The second, Dr. Deepak would be briefing. Yeah.
Hello sir, so hello sir, if we are audible to you, maybe are we audible to you sir, Deepak sir?
Otherwise, I'll explain. Uh, yes,
So yeah,
Lakshit, can
maybe
I? Can I?
maybe
Yes. So I
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
I can
telling.
hear you. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So the
please ma'am.
second one is so as the previous one I clarified, it is regarding the operator training. In the second one, it's about machine maintenance guide. It's a smart machine maintenance guide. Where what happens again, this type of the sewing machine operators along with the machine mechanics and the maintenance staffs in any apparel manufacturing company, they conventionally gain the expertise of machine maintenance over a period of time through their experience. So more experience they get, the more of expertise they gain, like which machine parts, like how frequent should be the scheduling of the machine maintenance, the handling of the parts of the machines, dismantling it, assembling it back again, all which is required during any maintenance, periodic maintenance, or whichever maintenance process. So here again in this project, what we are looking across is this is again conventionally learned by on being on field, and sometimes it also leads to occurrence of certain incidences of accidents in real environment testing, and further the consumption of machine running time, power consumptions during the actual machine running. So here what we expect is that the deliverables would be to come up with a platform of augmented reality, like aided AR aided platform, where the machine operator as well as the maintenance staff, different or the machine mechanics, would be able to virtually handle the machine parts, understand where which machine part is located in a machine, in different types of sewing machines exist. So which all machine parts are placed wherever, the location of it, then how to assemble it, like how to dismantle it and then assemble it back again. So that's the virtual environment which we are expecting to be provided, in which the operator or any of the maintenance staff himself would be immersed and understand, so without actually handling, and he gets to handle all across and gain that experience, and it could be repetitive manner, which otherwise conventionally is time based. So that is the main aim or the problem statement of machine maintenance, which we are naming as the smart sewing machine maintenance guide, which we are looking forward. And both of our projects would heavily be dependent on the skill sets like expertise of computer vision and CAD modeling, UI UX and designing. And there should be in a team, like we are looking forward to a team of 4 members in both the projects. And one, at least, like we are not going to, at least one of them need to know the apparel manufacturing machines. For the case of second project, it would be the machine maintenance schedule and the functionality of machine, different parts of machine, their location, like all thorough understanding of the apparel manufacturing machines. And in the first case, it would be the similar, that somebody with the knowledge of fabric handling and machine handling, like the expertise on that would be required. If this goes missing in the team, they may not be able to address the problem. And over and above this, of course, we're looking forward to expertise on computer vision and the UI UX design, the CAD modeling part. So that's all from our side.
Yes, and Deepak sir, if you want to add some points from your end about the projects.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I dropped in between due to network issue. Yeah, Rashmi has taken up very well here, and I think she'll cover up all the points. But in addition to her saying specifically for the machine maintenance project, the guy should have an understanding of the machine specifically for the maintenance point of view, and I think she have mentioned that. And that guy might be from industry also, the guy might be a student also, existing student who having a hand-on experience. And the desired audience, not only for the machine maintenance department, but also for the students who are learning in the different technology institute which have focus into the apparel manufacturing industry, so they will also be the beneficiary of this project. So there they can learn what schedule of the maintenance are required to be done, and how those virtually can be done, understand about the machine, feeding of the fabric, thread, dismantling of the machine, everything required to be covered. So once we start working on the project, we'll define the detailed scope of the project. We can restrict to 2 or 3 machines, not more than that. So that's I'm adding to the Rashmi's statement. And sorry, one more thing regarding the project proposal. We'll be happy to have a proposal in a manner where the proposed developer can talk about their expertise, which we have. We are also going to share a document on the Slack channel where they have more understanding about the project, which we just compiled in last 2-3 days only. And they will able to see what exact deliverables we are looking for. Those are just for the tentative right now. Those can be increased and decreased once the project started. And on the proposal point of view, we'll happy to have the team of the developers which have the prior experience of building the solutions in this XR domain. One function is also required for both the projects. That along with that, they can talk about their previous project, how they built up, what was the outcome, if they're able to showcase us the final product as a link in terms of the video or in terms of the GitHub platforms. We'll happy to see those things because those will help us to understand their capabilities in that, and also what the time duration they took to complete those projects, because it's a time bound project. We'll able to see that they are capable to complete the projects in time duration, and also how much time they will able to devote. We expect at least 20 hours a week they should devote for the project.
And that really answers a lots of questions, because you have already answered my third question that I usually ask with all the mentors about the project. But like, what's the secret sauce for getting selected in terms of proposal? So everyone who is listening to this AMA session, now you know, guys, you need to mention your prior experience. If you have, you need to put on the experiences that you have, the product that you have built, the XR domain you have worked with, like the XR projects you have worked with. If it is that, you need to mention all those things. Also, the one thing that Deepak sir has mentioned, like you have to mention. So there are two things right over there in the proposal. If you will see there, you can see you have to share the weekly plan, right? But the weekly plan, as what Deepak sir said, is totally different. Deepak sir is mentioning the time you took for your former project that you have completed already. For that he's asking, and uh, the timelines that are the weekly plan that is in the sample proposal, that is totally different thing. So please be very clear about these two things. Now there are some questions in the comment section. So maybe, what are the tech wise and also non-tech opportunities in an IFT project?
So nowadays the proposal we need to talk about the functionality. One already mentioned, the one from the functionality side will be required, and who can be a part of the team. We will talk about able to get the whole team, how a machine works, different type of the machines, how the feeding mechanism is there, what are the different parts of that. If that guy also having a CAD modeling understanding, that will be good. And the other side, we in your proposal understanding the problem domain, you should come up with the type of the technology you're going to use for this project. So, and you also you also need to talk about the in your proposal what are the advantages and disadvantages of the technology which you're going to use for this project, and what all XR technologies required for building a programming skill, 3D modeling, computer vision, UI UX design, mobile app development, API integrators, testing and debugging. So these are the basic technical skills which required for any XR project. So those will be required, other than the functional guy or what you said, who is a domain expert in this.
You are on mute,
Lakshit,
Lakshit.
you're on.
I'm really sorry for that. I was just breaking down the things for these developers. So if you are a Unreal Engine or maybe a Unity 3D or Adobe Photoshop artist, you can definitely try that out on a non-tech side. And rest, Deepak sir has mentioned already very clear about about the JavaScript, TypeScript, and all the debugging thing, APIs thing, everything he has mentioned very clearly. So next question comes from Shubin. So he's asking, will you be making any video on how a sample proposal can be made using the given template? Maybe no, Shubin, because this won't be possible to make a video of a sample proposal example. We've already given you the sample proposal, so you can just take a reference out of it. So most of the people are asking this question regularly to me on my personal DM, like, do we need to follow the exact same structure of the sample proposal? No, you not need to follow the same structure. If you have something else in the mind, if you want to add something else also, that goes fine with us. So next question comes with Arnab. So anyone of you could address this, like a key feature of a fabric is the texture of it, how it feels to our skin. So how can something like that be simulated virtually? Arnab is asking about this.
I'll answer this query. Actually, what we are looking forward, I think he's asking this in reference to the first project which we have floated. So here it is not about using, like, the fabric to be utilized to wear or something. It is while they handle it during the process of sewing. So which doesn't involve much of how your skin feel it or the texture of it, just the touch of it. It is that how a fabric folds when you are feeding it underneath the operation, the sewing operation. There is a needle and there are different parts, presser foot and all, through which the fabric has to be fed. So I hope, Lakshya, they are able to see the videos which we had put across in our proposal. So there is a video where we have provided different fabrics being sewn by a single sewing operator, and that video explains that how different fabrics are behaving under the, while the process of sewing is happening. So it is not to do with the feel of the fabric, but the way I just told, the fabric compresses, it folds. We call it handle, of a handle of a fabric. Like, few fabrics are flowy and they drape very, they are drapey in nature, and few are not. So for example, in a layman term, for most of the developers, like if you see your jeans, the denim, the jeans fabric which you relate to, so it doesn't fold or drape that or flow that much as one of the curtain material or your dupatta or a scarf would do. So there are different types of fabric, so therefore their handling varies, and that is what these operators are trained with, different types of fabrics and operations. So we would be like, providing you with okay, this, there are fabrics of this range, like that is what Dr. Deepak explained, that we'll be giving you different parameters, like it's a heavy fabric, medium weight fabric, or a low weight fabric, and there are other aspects as well based on which their handle depends. And that should then be, they should be able to virtually simulate. They can refer to the video which we have provided. The whole aim was that only, so that they can see how different types of fabrics are there and how do they behave under the sewing machines. I think I answered.
In
Yes,
addition to
yes, yes.
Rashmi, we will all we are also looking for the type of sewing, whether while handling a fabric, type of the sewing you're doing, whether you're doing the straight sewing, whether you're doing curvature sewing. So handling of the fabric, doing the different type of the sewings. So these we have mentioned. What the document I just share it to you for you. Just I can present now for a while. Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, it's visible. Yes, sir, it's
So we
visible.
the document we are going to share, there you have some sense of the attributes which plays a role in the fabric flow during the sewing. GSM, as Rashmi mentioned very clearly, high, medium, or low. It is a density of the fabric, weave, plain, fabric type we are looking for, and machine type. So we'll share you in a document like this where you have a more understanding about the technical parameters which influence the flow of the fabric during the sewing operations.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, and ma'am, for answering this question very clearly. And I hope that really answered that. That's a very technical aspect you have covered. So if I just need to cover this question from a layman term, I just wanted to add one point from my perspective. That is, so simulation in the metaverse works differently. It's not about feeling the texture. So what the NIFT projects are trying to do is to create a learning simulation which by which the people can learn, right? As much as I understand the project, by which the so there's a process that needs to be automated so that people can learn instead of working on the real time project. They can work on a metaverse thing. So this is what we are looking for, as much as I could understand, right? So
These
so
two
going
projects are these two projects are basically the training of the sewing machine operator and the machine maintenance before entering to the real sewing. At these platforms, they can learn virtually, augment using the AR platform, AR specifically, how to get training, how to do the sewing. So that cut short the time in actual training time while they are going for the actual training. So they have a pre-understanding about of the training, whether that's for a sewing machine operator, whether that is for another project for the machine maintenance guy.
uh yes, sir. And there is another question in the screen, so if you could address this one as well. Do we have to build similar app shown in GitHub video using Vueforia? Maybe, I guess not, because that is just for reference, right? As much as I could understand.
Yes, that I think Dr.
So
Deepak can answer.
need that. Yeah, that type of the app finally we are looking for, because how that app help, that's one of the project which is done by one of our students, PG students. So we just mention as a reference, but that project has a different requirements, different objectives, not exactly what we are looking under these two projects.
Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Sahit, because he has mentioned it very clearly. Also, I'll be sharing, or maybe Deepak sir is also in the Slack channel, so he has already answered a couple of queries in the Slack channel. We will be also sharing these couple of documents or these videos over right over there, and the documentation that Deepak sir you were taught, mentioning about right now. Please do share in the Slack channel. Everyone is the Slack channel because not everyone is right now is in the EMS session, so Slack channel is the best medium to coordinate with all these students who are willing to contribute to the project, right? So this could be the best way we can put this on to the table. So guys, if you have any other question, let me know. Otherwise, that's it from our side. Okay, there is one question from Mohit. NIFT involves web related projects or not?
I'm not able to understand web related projects. What
Yeah,
exactly
so
you are?
so just to clarify, he may, as much as I could perceive, he's asking about web development, and maybe from my perspective, there is a clear no.
Is that somehow related with these two projects? I could not see any relationship with this.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly, because yeah, because the simulation don't require any development thing, not from a web development perspective as much as I could have from my experience. I'm telling. So Mohit, you can try exploring it. Yeah, Aman, thanks for mentioning this. Thanks for mentioning this. I have just gone through the website and I'll quickly check with the team and I'll update it. Thanks for mentioning this. I'll quickly change, swap the links. Okay. So I really appreciate and I'll quickly swap the links. Anything else, guys, you want to ask? You have queries in your mind, and post this AMA. This AMA session, will be here right overhead. So if your friends is getting any doubt or query, you can share this link so that they can rewatch it again and again and they can just clear their doubts. Otherwise, the Slack channel is there. You can use hashtag NIFT queries channel. You can coordinate with the mentors. They will be helping you out there, right? uh,
So the document which we share will have the proposal, what we need in the proposal to be mentioned, and also about the two projects which just Deepak had shared. So we will be putting it across in the Slack channel. Yeah.
yeah, so there is one a new question from Akan. She is asking, if someone is skilled in JS but not experienced in Unity, does it affects one's application?
As long as our solution is provided, I don't think. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the same thing I would like to say. We actually looking for a team with the team members having a different skill set. They should complement each other, and they should able to tell in their project proposal in holistic manner what will be their contribution as a team member. One cannot do each and everything. So what will be their or his or her individual contribution in the project? What other skill set you are looking for as an a complement? So that will help us to frame the team also. So if you in your proposal, along with your skill set, you can also talk about what those skill set can contribute in the project and what other skill set will be required as a complement to you. So that will help us to frame the teams also, because team is more important rather than the individual contribution.
Exactly, and open source is not something very because you guys I have seen this multiple times in multiple AMAs. You guys are really complicating it. This is a simple open source contribution where all the people around the world are coming and contributing. It's not about an individual thing, right? You are working in a team. You are working with your skill set, and you are devoting or maybe putting your skills, using your skills to build the project. So this is how it works. uh, so Mohit, answering your question, for every particular project there will be four fellows, right? So there will be four fellows maximum. This is what I'm talking about, maximum number of fellows. He's asking about the single project, right? So yeah, that's what it answers. Any other question you guys have around the project, please let us know. And yeah, definitely, yeah, BC tutorials, we will be Deepak sir will be sharing the documentation in the Slack channel, so please be attentive right over there. So if there is no other question, we can just wrap up this AMA right over here. And thanks for joining in, Deepak sir and Rashmi ma'am. It was really nice hosting you, and thanks for answering these questions. Okay. Cross platform mobile applications. I know front end. Okay, there is one question from Kunal. Maybe okay, we have already answered this question in some manner, but because so he's asking about the front end development. There is no specific around the front end development because the project doesn't signifies with the front end development part. But yes, because you have mentioned Angular and React, then I assume you might know the JS part. So that JS part could be implemented in the project. So that's definitely you can look forward to apply to the NIFT project. Other than that, there is no as such specific requirement of a front end developer in the NIFT project at least. So no, I mean, absolutely not. You not need to do this because you don't know whom with whom you will be working with, in this fellowship, or will there be a team or not. It's not like everyone will be. So there will be total 100 developers working in this fellowship. So it totally depends if what you are bringing to the community and what you are bringing to the project. So definitely you don't need to worry upon this. You just focus on your skill set and what how you can contribute to the project and what how you are the best fit for the project, right? Yeah, so thank you everyone. Thank you for joining in, and thank you Deepak sir and Rashmi ma'am for your kind gesture for the community and your precious time for this AME session. It was really nice hosting you, and looking forward for this take this further. And thanks for your joining, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank you,
You're
everyone.
welcome, Lakshit. Thanks all.
Yeah, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye. Have a nice evening,
Bye.
guys.